Whew, what a mess. Listen, this is a bit tidied up and it's still just messy. It's been a while since I've posted. I've had to go back to work, which sucks because I like holidays a fair bit. But anyway, I've been working on the camper, but it's been slow because I had to be back at work. As you can see, I've managed to clad the whole thing. There's still a lot to do. I've got to trim the edges and all that kind of stuff. But hopefully this video will show you a little bit about what I've managed to get done. So there's a few issues here that are making this a little bit difficult to fit. I'm going to push them in as far as I can. I've got to cut out a little bit down here to get around hangers and things like that, but I reckon they're going to look pretty neat. And then the cladding on the outside is going to butt up just to this corner here, maybe a little bit over it. Bead of silicone over that will hide that edge really tidy. So anyway, we're just having a bit of fun trying to fit these. Feels nice to get these on and then continue working on other things. I'm sort of making my way through and now we're up to the wiring, 12 volt. Now, needless to say, I don't know anything about 12 volt wiring and I'm trying to figure it out as I go along. This is what I'm up to and I'll show you what I'm doing and I'll try and give you a little bit of my understanding and definition of it, but that totally could be wrong, so do your own research. Murphy! So, for perspective, this is the back of the trailer. There's the front, here's the back. All the wiring I want it to be hidden because I want it to look good. So that's creating me to think a little bit ahead and try and figure out where do I want things to make sure the wiring is all through the frames. So this is coming back to where the switch panel will be. And I want it there because that's going to give me access from my side door. And it's also going to give me access from the rear door that I'm standing in. So I'm standing out here, I can access all of the switches there. That's where the switch panel is going to be, which means I need to get power there and a lot of it. The battery is going to be all the way over here at the front of the trailer. So this is going to be where the battery box I'm going to make sits once the floor is in. So that's why I've got this 50 amp cable running from the battery box. There's going to be a whole lot more wiring in here that I'll go through when I get to it. But at this point, all we need to know is I've got a pretty thick wire and this is 50 amp, like I said, and that's going to run all the way up here through the frame, keep going until we get down here to the switch panel. From there, I've got another big wire because I want it to be nice and big for the fridge. And that comes up here, all the way along here, through the frame, sorry about the sun there, coming down here where there's going to be an outlet for the fridge because the fridge is going to be sitting here. And this little red one that follows a similar path is going to be for the water pump. That's 10 amp wire. This is 50 amp wire. All right, now coming back over here, couple of things I'm trying to show you. This is a grommet, so I've drilled holes in there and then I put this little rubber casing in there so it doesn't, as it rattles down the freeway over years and years and years, it's not going to damage the wires. This wire here is also, I think it's called twin core and it's sheathed. So we can look at the end here and we can see there's two wires and then sheathed by another plastic wire. So there's a fair bit of protection for that. This particular one is not sheathed, but it's twin core, and with the rubber grommet in there, it'll be fine. Now, I don't have enough rubber grommets, so my other plan of attack was to sheath it like this. So I've wrapped some conduit around the wires, then some electrical tape to keep it still, and that runs through here, and that should give me enough protection as well. Obviously there's going to be a whole lot of insulation in here, and then I'm going to put spray foam over this to hold it nice and still so it doesn't rattle around too much. That's the theory anyway. So that's enough talking, let's keep running wires. So I've got the twin core sheathed wire here. This is 7.5 amp, so you can see the difference in size between that and the 50 amp wire. And I'm going to use all of this little wire here to run LEDs and to run my USB power outlets. So that will be thick enough for that. So let's start running that. You've probably all heard that saying, failing to plan is planning to fail. Well, couldn't be more true right now, because this is mistake number 743,000, I think, that I'm learning from. Anyway, we're back on the grinder because this guy right here is actually in the way of a roof vent that I want to put right in the middle. Now, I could put the roof vent, you know, here next to it, but I'm going to get upset with my OCD if it's not in the middle. So I'm going to cut this out and then move this so I can fit the vent in there somewhere. This is the problem when you don't put tools back neatly. You fucking lose everything. Where's my hammer? Alright, it's a little dark here. You can see that I've got the first check plate panel on. Just over the wheel here. Haven't quite cut it as well as I would have liked, but I learnt a lot from it, which is good. So I'll be able to neaten that up on the next side. So with the amount of clamps I've got, I'm going to leave that one like that, and then we'll every day we'll just work our way around the trailer.
Splice Originals.
Okay, so I've got this side on here. Looks a bit gross with this white silicone here, of course, because I got the wrong tube, didn't I? But it doesn't matter, because I'm going to got some black silicone and go over that, which will cover that up. I'll use the rest of the white silicone on sticking on all of these bits here, and then I've got black silicone. So I'm going to work on this bit and then continue working around this side here. Check it out. It's looking good. Little bits in the middle here now as well. What we're going to do is put the floor in. Aluminium floor on the bottom. That's going to stop all the water getting through, and then we'll put some ply on top of that. I'm going to do but I've just marked out that last little bit down there, which is cut out for the wheel well, and then we'll see if she fits in there. Oh, we're getting close. This is hard work on the forearms. Okay, we're slowly getting there, which is looking good. My next little challenge is to make sure that I get a bit of ACP panel, aluminium composite panel, apparently is what it's called, to go on the top here, I don't know if you can see this, up on that lip, and then bend and cruise on down here, and then bend again and go down there. So my thinking is we're going to use a router. I'm going to put a bit of a trench in the ACP panel and hopefully that bends over it. I know that if I fold it too much it's going to snap, so a little bit nervous about this, don't want to stuff it up, but we'll see how we go. Cool. Tell you what, she does the trick, but she is messy. Can you see on the ground all the little black bits, all here, all stuck. It looks like bees. Really messy. So a couple of tips for beginners. I've learned a lot. It's quite hard to get these really flush, really accurate. As you can see here, I've still got the plastic that I'm going to leave on there until I'm ready to peel it off. But this doesn't need to be that close. You'd like to get it as close as you can, but the angle here, that's going to end up going over this. Oh, I can get it there. Right, I'm making sort of nice, neat corner there. That's going to be the plan for the angle. Whew. Well guys, it's been a while since I've posted and I'm really sorry about that. Oh, let me get that sorted out again. Back to work, which has slowed me down a fair bit on the progress, and my videos haven't been that good at the moment, but we're going to try and I've taken some footage of what I've got so far. So I've clad the outside, I've still got stuff on it, I've got the bottom on there and a nice bend.